You thought you were about to go into the video game. I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking of Spoon 9000. I thought I was going to go into the video game that I'm about to watch. And to be honest, you are my Dawn fans. I'm just going to take you there right now. In style. Yeah. Style indeed. Here we go. Warning. For those who are under 21, yes, I'm looking at you and telling you, cannot allow to watch this video, episode, series, or even playlist without your parents' permission. If you are watching this without your parents' permission, then you are a silly person. It's not my fault, it's your fault. You have been warned. Hello, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and strangers, and all that. It's me, Superior 9000, but you call me Superior. Yes, that's right, the game streamer that nobody knows the future, becoming entrepreneur, extraordinary influencer. Okay, streamer, actor, model, and creator, broadcaster, and future wrestler. Yes, that's right, my Dory fans, we're back once again playing and continuing the story series are. The one, the only, we all know it's Amorous. Now, before we get down into the video game business, just gonna put down 3 first cards down at the beginning of my turn, so I active at the end of the recording streaming session. And if you're new to the channel, please press the red button to subscribe, press the button to follow me, press the B button to like, follow, subscribe, and support. And which press those B buttons if you wish to join the Superior 9000 Empire Corporation International Industry Enterprise to make channel bigger, better, stronger, and more noticeable in the future to all other social media account platforms and game streaming channel account platforms. Now, enough to chat from your boy Superior 9000. Let's get down into the video game business and let's get to work. Oh, and before I do, if you missed the previous episode, my Dory fans, do not worry. Your Superior will leave that in the description down below so each one you can watch it. And, yes, I'm looking at you, I'm telling you, I hope you got your chin gear on, I hope you're to Lulu, and I hope you got your drink and your snack, and I definitely hope you are chilling out on your game chair, or on the sofa, or even chilling out on the bed, watching this amazing game series I'm doing. And also, I do apologise if this episode, like, stopping and going, or lagging, what you want to call it, or freezing up and going. Like I said, I'm using the OBS recording device on my laptop, so yeah. I do have another recording device, but the screen on that one makes it small, which I don't know why, but yeah. So I do apologise if this episode video is not going to be that great. I do apologise to my Dory fans, but in another series, it'll be better to be a different game series and will be issues, I hope, which I will double check. Then again, I don't think it will be lagging or anything, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get to work. Let's see, that's my backup one, let's go to there. Alright, let's give, there we go. Cool. I had a pretty good time chatting with Lex outside the club. Maybe I should give him a call. Ring, 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 ring. Click. Ooh, it answered. Hey, it's you, Superior. Right? Lex said. Superior replies and said, hey, Lex, yeah, that's right. I figured I'll give you a call. See what you're up to. Lex said, nothing much right now, just in the middle of work. Superior said, oh, I'm not interrupting it, I hope. Lex said, nah. So long as I get the project done in time, they don't really care. They don't exactly need to keep what am I about to say official then? Office hour when I work from home. Anyway, what's up? You know what, we'll go with the middle one. Like I said, not right now, but I'll be free later this evening. What do you say? Wanna head up a bar for some drinks? Yeah. Let's get a bit of drink. Speaking of that, I'll bit most of my drink as well. Talking actual drinking too. So bring your own game face. Well, speaking of that, I'll bit of my drink as well. My good, lovely energy drink. Oh, thirsty, and especially when it's warm in UK. Anyway, Spew said, "Ha, looking to get me wasted, huh? Could try. You look like enough of a lightweight that I can I mean take you." Next says, "I swear I got tongue tied today." Spew said, "You on, Alex?" Next player said, "Right, well, I'll see you later, okay? I'll text you the address over in a sec." Spew said, "See you there, Alex." "Take a cab, dude. I'll cover it if you want. See you later." Click. Spew said, "I guess they say the bar was in a rough part of town. If Lex parks at Amorous, I'm sure I'll be fine." "Well, I've got some time to kill before I go. Guess I've got time to email off a few applications and get something a little more nighttime appropriate to wear." Let's see. Something, no. I'll leave a gear. I'm not going to change anything. Let's say casual jeans. Where's something like a little more? You know, I kind of like this a bit. I mean, that one seems more suitable, as they say. Time passes quickly as while away for the afternoon, an unlikely job application. I catch up on a few YouTube shows. I hope they're watching my videos. I showed up and was ready for a cab by the time the night set in. I had a few paces myself tonight, if Alec had anything to say about it. Oh, there we go. The bar wasn't too far from ours. It was further away from the beachfront and a few blocks from the commercial side of the city. The building wasn't much to look at from the street. The sign was simply painted and lit by a spotlight either side. Windows, as the sign read, was a small squat building painted in a white and black motif on outside of the black shutters that could be pulled over the frosted glass window. Lex had mentioned that the players cater to the biker and car park reflected that with a row of bike space along by a rail by the bar, like an old-fashioned hitchhiking post in a cowboy movie. It's a cool place. Lex was waiting outside, sitting on the middle rail, getting back and forth and smoking a cigarette. They waved me over with a cocky swinging the legs back over the rail, up to the door as I made my way up the steps that divided the bike space. People said, "Hey Lex, didn't keep you waiting long, did I?" I said, "Nah, I was just chilling here. Anyway, let's get going." People said, "You bet." After pub specials, a huge bar was set to opposite the doors in the muted sound of the pool was cluttered under the music. coming from either side of the bar, where the doors lead to a large room in the back, where they must play. You could glimpse the players sometimes when a bartender moved through their own doors to the rear bar, a mirror to this one, but on the other side of the wall. Small tables were set up front side of the building. A handful populated and operated by a few guys of our own age and some older folks in the leather and bandanas. I got the feeling the other side of the bar was at the back. The music was indeed more like speed, a rockier beat more than alternative kind of well. Perhaps Amorous had the most alternate lifestyle club goer. Like I said, huh, so come on dude, did you change into that stuff just for the occasion? Well, I think you prefer it. She said, I figure you prefer it. It seems like kind of clothes at the Amorous piss you off. I didn't want you to look at me like that. I said, dude, you make me feel like an asshole. You don't have to change just so that I like you more. I found you, didn't I? Yeah. So, what you drinking? Anyhow, I'm thinking beer myself. You know what? Why not? We'll have the same. We took a seat at the bar on well-worn but well-mated stools, and let's cast hand over the selection of liquor bottles and beer taps. Cool, let me get the first round. Like I said. That's all up. Me and promised to get the next round. The place was a lot quieter than Amorous was, and it was a lot easier to hold a conversation. I was hoping not to get too drunk and make an idiot of myself when. Let's play. So, Spear, you ever play easy way or hard way? Oh. Spear said, no, I don't think I've heard of that. Like I said, it's a drinking game, kind of like Never Have I Ever. We take turns asking questions. If it's an easy question, then the person who answers has to drink. If it's a hard question, then the person who asks has to drink too. That doesn't sound like much of a game. And flushed me a playful grin as they kicked my stool with a booth gently. I said, well, truth or dare without the dare parts. It's just lame. Anyway, it gives us topics while we chill out. So, if I ask an awkward question, we both have to drink. Otherwise, only you have to. I said, pretty much. You're supposed to kind of mix it up, but it always ends up with some weird questions. Oh, and if you ask the same question again, you have to drink, even if the other person brought it up the first time. And I guess if we get too drunk, we won't get great answers, but maybe I'll get a funny answer for something if I waited. She replied, alright, I'm ready. I said, okay, well, before we start, speaking of awkward, you owe me a head start for the outfit. Fair enough, gulp. There. Listen, okay, easy random question to start with. Boxer brief or something else? Ooh, what is You know, oh, accept, oh, command. Yeah, we'll go commander. Happy, I should have figured. Right on. Then you drink, or we'll both drink. Then you ask your question, easy. Okay, asking. You know, we'll do it even. We'll do it even. Okay, she's, we'll start easy one as well. Even Steven. Easy question. Which one should we go for? Yeah, we'll start with that one. Ha, that's easy enough. I've always liked those music head movies from the 80s and 90s. You know, the ones where just shooting and pistols at the car can make it explode. They are stupid, but stupid isn't the worst thing. Yeah, easy watching. Big dumb military guys, two-dimensional villains. Try Hard is probably my favourite. Everyone quotes the one-liner from it, so I guess a lot of people like it. But again, Screen Brutal, yeah, is a fucking classic, Lex said. Lex took a deep gulp of the drink and laughed. Said, okay, now I seem like a movie dork. I'm into other shit too. Lex down the drink easily and gave me a grin through the pearly teeth. I guess they can handle their booze easy enough. Like I said, okay, what about you then? What was your worst subject in school? Ooh. To be said, let's see. Okay. We'll do a hard question. Which one should we go for? I guess I got two answers, so you better be ready to drink up for, like, story time. Like I said, Spear said, I'll stand by it even more then. Like I said, okay, well, my most funny memory is from when I was little. My family, that me and my mom and dad, and my two young brothers and sisters, we drove down the coast on a whole week road trip, stopping along the way at the beach of a cool historical shit like the Capitol and a bunch of natural monuments. We had this big checkbook that my mom made of stuff to see. Anyway, we finally ended up driving all the way down to the space center. It was the first time I really even know about how huge the galaxy was, or as far as how big the universe is. I made my dad take me through the solar system tour like 4 times just to get a look up at the huge ceiling where they projected the galaxies and stuff to show of the universe. Kind of stupid, I guess, but it was kind of eye-opening when I was little. We went to Disneyland. Disneyland, I love how they got that in. Next day, my sister mostly and I just remember being more excited about looking up at the night sky from the hotel then, like meeting Mike the Mouse and all that stuff. Spears said, that's kind of deep, Lex. I'm a little surprised. I said, what's the punk who swear a turn can't be deep now? I fucking love that shit, you know. Knowing that there's a 1 of a chance that the planet wasn't just sucked into the sun or flew apart into some asteroid or something. Let alone the chances of us being here. She said, that's pretty cool to think about it, yeah. Well said. Oh, so you said you had another answer. I said, yeah, I guess that's my favourite memory. Watching those movies at the space station. My most fun memory? That's maybe a tie. So we said, oh. I said, yeah, well, okay. It makes me sound like a dumbass, but I didn't have a turn off lens when I was younger. Between the whole appearance thing and just being sort of one of those kids who shut themselves in during the summer. After college, I started getting in good with my local friends. A couple of them were on my course and dragged me my ass here after class and got me out of my shell and all that shit. Anyway, a couple of years ago was the first time all of us got together and went on a trip together. It wasn't anything special or anything about 10 of us in a couple of leaky tents trying to light a campfire for 8 hours, but we're gonna go out all together for a whole weekend, getting wasted and just chilling out together, swapping war stories and laughs and all that stuff. It was pretty eye-opening. Some of them I knew pretty well, but I hadn't heard them talk about themselves or gotten to hang out with them without like having their guard up or something. Just made me feel at home, hanging out with a bunch of people you know so well that you get sucked into the stories and shit. Some of them are great friends now, even more than before the trip, and we still try to go camping a few times during the summer. It's kind of stupid, sappy shit, but when I'm hanging out with the people who are, like, totally gets me. I mean, like, can finish the sentence for you. Feels like being around family. Peter said, that's really sweet of you, Lex. Cheers. Guess, dude. Everyone down the hatch, as Peter said. Cheers, dude. They sank into a glass as they took another long drink. They were looking at a little rosy cheeked but stuck out their tongue as they ordered another glass for us both. He said, okay, so you're secretly sappy, don't worry, I won't ruin your reputation. So your turn for a question. I said, hi, yeah, dude. I don't think there's a ton of people who believe you. Okay, my question. What's the worst you ever ended up getting hurt? Okay. So he said, let's see. This time we'll give her an easy one. Yeah, we'll probably do I don't exactly go to suit a bunch or anything like that, but I guess I've always been more of a dog person and not for the obvious being of husky reason. He said, oh. I said, yeah, right, the whole working as a pack thing that wolves have. It's very cool, the kind of family structures they have in their world, and they always seem pretty something, and that kind of thing always seems pretty cool to me. Same with a feral lion pride out on the savannah and all that stuff. Don't like think of that reflect on other wolves that much as people or anything like that. Though actually when I was little, my favourite toy was a giraffe. Don't know why giraffes, but I remember getting the wallpaper and everything when I was younger. Stationery at school and all that dumb stuff kids do. Like I said, next up took another big drink, slamming the glass down, triumph, sticking the tail wagging and viciously. Like I told you this was for the game. Okay, now we've covered my total lane years with giraffe prints and my books. Let me see. Oh, here's one for you. What's the best job you ever had? Let's see. Give it another easy one. This will be that's the one here there. Oh, that's pretty easy. You know how some people want to get tattoos or haircuts like a band has? The only band I ever wanted to get something like that for is a prong band called Crowheads. Crowheads or Crowheads or whatever they're called. They're kind of like a metal band with the guitars and stuff, but dude, has this high pitched singer voice totally weird because he has the big afro and beard, but yeah, they're making my favorite band by far, considering and just a general sound. So wait, so you want a Crowhead tattoo, or do you mean the afro? Next to the tattoo, you do, can you imagine? But could you imagine you have an afro? But yeah, they rock. You should totally check out their earlier stuff first. It's all based on this universe the lead singer put into a comic book. That later stuff is alright, but it's not got the same weirdness. As people said, sounds like what I expected from a prog rock band. They sound pretty cool though. Like I said, dude, you should totally come to the Crowhead concert with me. That'd be like the only time you'll see me rocking dancing. So I could stand to dance with you, so I'm sure. That'd be a fucking train wreck, dude. I can't dance for shit. Legs was looking a little wobbly now. The eyes had lost a little of their playful sharpness, and when Ersky took a drink, they dipped it a little onto the bar. They laughed all the same, though it was obvious that they were a pretty buzz. Phew, good question. Hey, that's two easy ones in a row. You're just trying not to get wasted yourself. Okay, how's this for an easy one? What's your favorite brand of chips? Said, that glass was definitely a tipping point. I could feel the tingling or flushing my cheeks a little as we share our story. I was well and truly buzzed now. Good thing I've got a cab. Let's see. You know what, let's just... I think I'm done with the game, Lex. Yeah, okay, game over it is. Ha, you got me pretty good there, Superior. Kinda figured you be a lightweight. Lex laughed, seeming more jolly with multiple beers down, flicking the hair out of their eyes. They gave me a curious look above and warm smile that I couldn't help but find a little sweet in its own way. Well, it was good couple hours of swapping the shit. Maybe we should call it a night, definitely yes. Except, ha, no, for your nothing that makes me blush, I hope. Except, well, okay, ooh, sounds good. We could hook some sweet music up or something. Chill out and actually sound like a pretty good plan. Oh, here, let me split the taxi fare with you. Getting my back home didn't take too long. The fresh air had a summer effect as we rode with the windows cracked, feeling the cool night air coming off the waterfront of our way up to my parents' house. Let's tease a little about living in the fancier part of town, but our house wasn't exactly in a great community or anything. They didn't seem to mind the parent part and said that they were pretty good around people. Parents, though thankfully they were away for the week. Well, my parents usually batter an eye-to-eye bedroom gymnastics that Kobe got up to, but maybe they would care about the two of us stumbling around drunk and heckling the entertainment system in the living room all night. It's a nice place you got here, Superior. Superior said thanks, like I said. It's family home, really, but we should have it to ourselves. Why don't you help yourself to the kitchen? I think we've got a couple of beers and a few other drinks in the cupboard by the microwave. I'll go and make sure the bedroom isn't a mess. It's the front fantasy room at the top of the stairs. I need to make sure Kobe isn't using it. Good, Kobe's must be having his own sleepover somewhere. Okay, I guess now I definitely know what team your brothers swings for, huh? Hey, looks like what I found in your cupboard. You drink, all right? You know what they say, liquor before beer. No fear. And next and then beer before liquor, 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 liquor. Spirit said, I'm not sure that's how that one goes. I said, don't be a dog, it's a party time. I shot the shit, as Lex called it, for a long time. Lounging against the side of the bed using the laptop as a music player and passing drinks and conversations back and forth. As the night ran, we made a small pyramid of empty beer cans. It was a good to see Lex without that tough guy persona. They talk a little about their plans to expand from web design and maybe going back to college to get into illustration for game design. I was a little jealous of Lex having everything planned out well, to be honest, like that. We shared our plans and I passed in a great jumble of non-squishy detours from our favourite movies to our favourite car, to our dream vacation and back to a nightmare cruise that Lex went on when they were younger. That they said was mostly picked old folks bobbling around the pool in bikinis. Keeping ourselves topped it up on the drinks, kept a conversation flowing erratically. It was equal parts fun and informative to listen to Lex ramble on about their life and to share my own story with someone new. The sun was already coming up by the time we started to give in for the night. When I returned from the bathroom, Lex was half conscious, laying on the bed. On the belly sideways across the bed, spinning an empty bottle between the fingers, tail lazing wiggling in time with the struggle of coordination and exhaustion. Pulled themselves up again. The dude, disappear. I'm not totally wiped out. I don't want to be the one to tap out, but yeah, that's fine next. I'm pretty burnt out too. You said it first then. Yeah, let me have a over if you want. Looks like there's room for two here. So I said, you don't mind, like I said, I can crash out on your brother's honey nightmare if you prefer. I mean, no funny business, but I ain't gonna kick you out of your own bed. Looks like as they slipped into the covers on one side of the bed, watching me do the same from the other side until we were laying side by side. Try not to let the idea make me feel a little nervous, if I was honest with myself. I didn't want to hook things up with Lex. That had been really cool getting to know them. Settling beside them, we were resting cozy on a double bed, and I could feel the warmth of their bodies as they shifted out their jacket and jumping like a little kid as their bare paw accidentally bumped my foot. Jeez, it wasn't like Lex even had arms off. I was overthinking this. I was not used to sharing a bed with someone, dude. Is it lame to say not for a while? And especially not this bed, sharing a room with my brothers and all. As well, you said that doesn't stop him, right? A little jealous? Okay, fine, a little. I rolled out on the other side to face me. I said, well, I can't speak for your brother as a person, but I had a fucking blast today. Don't let him get to you. She said, thanks, Lex. Leslie placed their arms across my shoulder and rested against my shoulder. Cut off a hug wasn't quite pathetic, but it was far from lewd. No problem, dude, Lex said. My slow breathes against my shoulder, tickled my neck a little. Not enough to be uncomfortable, though. Settled in and closed my eyes against the warning lights. He said, Lex? I was sleeping. After some unknown time, in a deep, dreamless sleep, I was held back to consciousness by the weight of Lex slipping back into the bed from the restroom before I had the chance to roll over. The pair of arms wrapped my middle, hugging me close with unexpected tenderness. I sat softly and leaned back against the body with a constant rumble as the hugging arms gently pet over my tummy in a way that was likely to send me right back to sleep. If the excitement of Lex holding me close didn't have me wanted anything but sleep. He said, Lex? Oh no. So, that's what their name is. Wait, he said, what? Wait, he said, Kobe? What are you doing in my bed? You pass out with a big dumb smile on your face. I figured you appreciate being hugged awake, or was it Alex you wanted in there? Kobe played small woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah, with my brother arms around my hips. Spear said, so, where's Lex? You didn't do anything to them, did you? Shit, you didn't speak to him at all, right? Kobe said, the Amorous Cadet cutie that was passed out in here. He or she, they went to get a shower in the other bathroom. Let's go out there here real quick too. Kobe took one look at Kobe and made a run for it. So, someone had a fun night. He said, yeah, we were at the Waters Bar, the other side of town, to see. Then we came back here to hang out. Nothing happened. That's the biker bar. Right, I guess I should have figured from the massive booths by the front door and all the present. Kobe said, so, a butcher and a punk, huh? He said, what's off it, and you are one to judge. What's the line? He's not my teacher, he's a friend's teacher. He replied, so, I got to know. Spear, is your gaydar broken today, or does it not work when you are being a creeper and watching people sleep? I ask. They ain't really ready to talk about it. I'll be guessing. They are not really dropped any major hints at all. But oh, you're cute when you are in denial about being out on a date. Kobe said, and Spear replied, don't start with that around Lex. Kobe replied, they want to be friends first. Well, that's a good sign, Kobe said. Spear said, exactly. I'm gonna go see if they cool down. Don't be weird too long when they leave, or your next sleeper is going to find toothpaste in your lube. Kobe said, so fine. I don't approve of this new bad influence of yours. Okay, I'll behave, Kobe said. I had time to change my clothes at least. A quick shoot of the toothbrush and plus of OJ to hide my death breath before Lex came downstairs. I didn't dare try for a solid food just yet after so much booze. I said, yo, Spear. From the look on your face, I really didn't want to push the topic of our cuddle night. Spear said, hey, I'm sorry about Kobe, Lex. I didn't expect him to burst in on us. I hope he's not, shooting at you out or anything. I said, that's okay, dude. Just made me jump is all. But still, I'm sorry about him. He can be kind of a shitty about boundaries sometimes. Like I said, that's okay. You can't help your brother. It's his house anyway. I should be the one saying sorry anyway. Spear said, For what? Next to the colored up shit, I made a big deal about taking it slow and being friends. But we had quite a lot to drink last night. I let it go to my head a little. She said, "You didn't do anything, Lex. We barely did anything. Besides, sleep side by side, I hope that's not enough to weird you out." I said, "No, I guess not. And it's not like I'm not thankful it happened. I had a great night, Superior. It was really cool to hang here and show you olders what there is to show that anyway." Hey, so give up. I owe you lunch, or dinner, or whatever the fuck time it is. Yeah, sure. I think I can handle something solid. Makes it great. I'll get to judge your driving music. Perfect. Let's go. Lex indeed gave my media player a through judging and concluded that my taste was just fine. Not that either of us were in the mood for a roasting blast of the guitars after such a late night on the bottle. We didn't end up getting anything too fancy. None of us had the stomach for anything. To which, after the late nights, we ended up in a small dinner that did a nice enough omelette. It was good to chill with Lex, and the dinner was thankfully quite as was nurse our hungover with black coffee and crispy bacon. I'll take the bacon, but not the pancake meal, whatever. After a little while, I could feel food coma starting to outperform the coffee and decided that I was probably tired enough to pass out without Kirby giving me another grilling about spending all that time with Lex. I dropped the husky back at the apartment building with a fond farewell, and I went in for a handshake and figured anything more was pushing my luck, and gave a high five, then first pound in a cool fluid motion. I gave a shout. I figured that that was more like style than a stuffed handshake or a hug. By the time I got home, Kobe was deeply Kobe was deeply embroiled in one of his video games in the living room, and I was able to sneak upstairs without him squawking installation or 2020 questions or more. As I hit my bed like a sack of rocks, I could already feel the rest of my energy draining. I was glad to spend a good day with Lex. Days maybe when I'm rested up, I should get in contact about another adventure. Lex promised that next one wouldn't just be drinking, pardon me, at the bar. Thinking into my pillow, I couldn't help the smell that played on my face. I wondered what other adventures Lex has in store for me. Yawn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and show ages and all them, I am going to end the video here. But if you like this, then I am going to add to my 3 face down cards. First, after my first face down card, subscribe me, Wolfstone Legendary, Professor Direwolf, Futurist Champion, and Pokemon Earth. But wait, I am not done just yet. I add my second face down card. Please press the button to subscribe, press the button to follow. even press the B button to like, follow, subscribe, and support. But wait, I'm not done just yet. I have to be my third and final FaceTime card, which I'll leave this in the description down below, so you can follow me on social media Universe World website. And the social media Universe World website are Discord, Steam, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and of course Twitch and Kick. And once you use, follow, subscribe, and support me, you officially join the Superior 9000 Empire Corporation International Industry Enterprise, which are bigger, better, stronger, and more noticeable in the future to all other social media account platforms and game streaming channel account platforms. This is Superior 9000, the game streamer that nobody knows of the future, becoming entrepreneur, extraordinary influencer, pro game streamer, actor, model, and charisma broadcaster and future wrestler. Signing out. Okay, everyone, take care, stay home, be safe, wash hands, do this away, and of course, most importantly, and I'll repeat most importantly, I remember this, wear a mask, and I'll see each one of you on the next video, bud. But before I go, I have one thing to say. Let's pro game streamers like myself, Wolfstone, Legendary, and others can do big things, especially online video game streaming. All you gotta do is type in the search, click on the channel, and see what video games. Thank you for flying Superior 9000 Chat. We hope you enjoyed these videos. Support, subscribe to this channel and other platforms as well.